What is up, ladies and gentlemen? This is Descry Gaming coming at you for another Marvel Champions playthrough. Let's go. No, that's not my normal voice. That's my hype voice. And no, I'm not going to do an entire playthrough with that voice, but yeah. No, I'm Descry Gaming, and I'm going to be playing some Marvel Champions. So we're going into Heroic, Mr. Sinister. We did play this, and I think I lost. I got overwhelmed on Heroic, but I did not have Cyclops added to the team, and my decks weren't fine calibrated to what they are right now. So we're going to give it another try to see if I can dominate again. I know my last video, I was basically kind of moping around saying, you know, I don't feel like there's any more challenge left with this team, but I think Mr. Sinister is actually a pretty hard one, especially if you slap on Heroic, because he's a high tempo type of villain. So, I mean, Heroic just supercharges him even more. I guess my strategy is going to be try to take him out maybe by round 2 or 3, hopefully. Because I feel like the longer I stretch this out, the more potential for us to get overwhelmed in Heroic difficulty. What else can I say? Yeah, that's pretty much it. But yeah, let's go into this. Here we are. Now we are playing with the modular that we attempted, I think, and lost the other time, which is Hellfire Club, which is, I think, a more nastier modular set. We are doing this on standard 3 expert, but heroic mode. So every hero gets an extra encounter card. And we have to do the setup. So it says, set aside the flight, super strength, telepathic encounter set. Put Hope Summers into play under the first player control. Remove 1 random stage 2 from the game, then advance to a random stage 2. So here are 3 stage 2s, what represents these 3 modulars. So what's going to happen, we shuffle that, and then this one's just out, and then these 2 are going to be there, and then we flip it over. So Mr. Sinister sets about incorporating another mutant's DNA into his own genome. He's getting telepathy, so that's going to give him retaliate. Ouch, my poor allies. So it's going to be this one here. One sec. That's what it is. Okay, they're separated. So his big thing, his superpower is going to be telepathy. And attach filling gains a psionic trait and retaliate 1. So again, very good at slowing down the ally meta. So if you rely on your allies doing most of the damage, you better be packing a rifle. There's a basic rifle that gives you range on your ally, which I have one on Doctor Strange. I'm hoping I lose this one, because I did say in my last video, like, I don't feel like this team can lose any scenario, any difficulty, just how crazy this team is. But yeah, that's kind of weird. I'm hoping to lose. Well, if it's a close game, I think that's like the ultimate for me. Like, if I feel like it's super close game, then I feel like definitely that's what I'm shooting for. Don't want it to be too easy. Don't want it to be too, like, impossible. But this should be interesting. So player 1's going to be Cable. And so after attach the telepathy attachment to Mr. Sinister, shuffle the rest of the telepathy encounter sets into the counter deck. When completed, we advance to the next one. This thing would have 4 But then when reveal, place 1 threat on the main scheme, 2 per person threat. Instead of Sinister has 2 fewer than 2 superpowers. He only has 1. So it's gonna go 2, 4, 6, 8. So goes to 12. Okay. And we're shuffled, ready to go. Let's go. All right, come on, Cable. Give me something good. Oh, I like that, Cable. Yeah, just give me a whole bunch of... I did shuffle my decks. I don't know why it gave me this many player size schemes, but I am kind of jacked. I don't think we want laid... Like, we want to build. So build support is a good one. Superpower train is good. Keep up the pressure to me is more for when we're going for that OTK. Although we might be able to do a 1-turn kill. Like if Star-Lord just gets a really good hand, perhaps. But I feel like these two. Yeah, I feel like there's too many player size schemes. So we mulligan 2 and we get. Oh yeah, nice team investigator. We do his setup ability, which allows me to search the discard pile or my deck and put a player size scheme into play. You should pretty much always put call for backup into play. It is literally probably the best player size scheme in the whole game. It's just the tempo on this is just unbelievable. All right, so we're gonna get Vapors, which is kind of ugly. All right, so we got a double. Tic-tac-toe is really good. We want to help him pay for this, so we're gonna mulligan. Trying to get a mulligan, basically. Oh, we got it. Okay. So, yeah. So that means we can pay 4 resources mulligan. Yep. Telling you, man. Pool aspect. People sleep on the pool aspect. So we want to play nowhere. We do not want to hold on to that. Okay. We'll keep that, do our setup, which is going to get us our gun into hand. Yep. Come on, Cyclops. Where's my honorary? All right, so we got a double. Maybe we keep the tactical brilliance. Not really. I want to build with Cyclops. Let's just Hail Mary this. Although blindfold is kind of nice, but all right. There's honorary X-Men. Okay. The problem is we got Psylocke in our hand. Yeah. So that's kind of sad, but so I want to put this on Star-Lord and pretty much could just spend these, I guess. Okay, I'm just playing this out. All right, Cable's gonna start. We're gonna flippity flop. We're gonna do one way or another. We do have Hope Summers for player 1, which is Cable. One way or another is gonna find us. Yeah, the crisis. So teleporter away. It's gonna have hinder 1 on it. There's 4 of us, so it's gonna be 5, 6, 7. There is an interrupt. Would attack his schemes instead, but I should be able to tackle that. We're drawing 3 more. We'll play that. And we're going to go Team Investigator. We're going to go 4. I got to spend, it's 2 times 4, which is 8. I got to spend 8 resources. So we're halfway there. I'll spend another double. So I got to spend 2 more. There you go. All right, so that pays for it. That's going to remove 12 because 3 times 4 is 12. We're going to pick call for backup and say, yeehaw, let's get our allies. So, like, if you've been watching my last few games, you know the drill. Nick Fury. Draw 3. Okay, and we got the body swipe, or body slide. Remember, he's got freaking retaliate. With this, we're going to bring out teenage for sure. Gamora is coming out. And then, oh, we could bring in Psylocke. Because we paid for her. That's kind of cool. All right. So that's pretty good. We do trigger Skill Investigator and get another card. We're going to go double genius for our Grey Malkin and watch the GOAT, or one of the GOATs in Marvel Champions, just dominate. Let's go build support online, I guess. Has 12 on it. All right, so we could thwart for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do we want to feature pass? Yeah, we could. Yeah, we're gonna feature pass. So this is gonna get our nemesis, and he'll come in, but already and draw 3 more. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Oh, Hope can go to 1 there. All right, I think I'm gonna go play that. Could also play that, but that's a good one. Actually, let's do this. Let's play this instead. Put this on the main. So that gives us some breathing room. I think it's worth it. iPack will be played. And we're going to body slide, so I don't need telekinetic force. Put superpowered training down. All right, let's go 2 here. All right, pass to Doctor Strange. We're gonna do our natural talent. Get 7 rings. Okay. I'm gonna do mulligan to drop to my hand size of 6. Okay, flip over. Oh, wait. This is an alter ego. Yeah, we want to do mystical studies. Actually, we can get our cape by getting rid of that. Yeah. That's a good point. Okay. So yeah, we'll play our Eye of Agamotto and do 7 Rings of Ragdor to get a tough on you. Yeah, I guess Star-Lord. Although he's gonna get his bad boy. Probably Gamora. And then yeah, really. I mean, I guess we're gonna be blazing, so I don't know. Guess Cyclops. All right. 1, 2 for astral projection. Roof 3 and look at the top. It's by 1 additional threat. So it'd be 4. So we knock that out. That will ready Grey Melkin. And put in our supports. So we'll get Professor. Get a Queen Carrier. Let's get Bad Boy. Like Cable is bonkers. Guess I could do Hellcarrier or Utopia. Kind of like the Hellcarrier. Okay. We do have to kill this guy. Gotta remember to do that. I think Star-Lord could handle it. So Thor for 2 over here. And yeah, go over to Star-Lord. We'll do Smooth Talker. And we're gonna flip, do Call for Aid for an Avenger. Oh, okay. We'll do 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh wait, hold on. Double. Oh, we didn't put our support in. Oh, we did. We totally did. So nowhere. What could go wrong? Let's go 1 run a card. So we'll take that one. So what could go wrong? Black Panther. To make him cost only 1 more. He comes in. That will ready me with no. That'll give me another. And I guess we'll blaze. Is that the right move? So everyone's taking a damage. I think that's the right move. 1 for Blaze of Glory. So I could go, let's see, 8. So I could go for 11 on here. Each player may search their deck to swap for identity specific upgrade and put it into play. So we'll put element gun. Identity specific events. I will put field commander, I think. I'll get your cape. Do I want to put could bring my gun out. Or I bring my probably my telekinetic force. But if I bring my gun out, I can kind of I could deal with him. Yeah, I think I'll do that. Bring my gun. All right, I will play action. Grey Malcolm plus plasma rifle to do 3. Just gotta do 2 more. We'll play my helmet. Let's do Dare Escape, get extra counter card, ready me, draw a card. Gamora will delete him. And Tough comes off. Okay. Get ready, Gamora. I could throw it for 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's throw for 4. That's going to Grey Malcolm me. Yeah, I'll go 1, 2 for Mind Scan. It's 3 plus 4, 5, 6. Puts us down to 6. I do have IPAC. Do we dare? Do we dare, ladies and gentlemen? Am I crazy? Sure, let's IPAC. Draw 2 more. Well, there we have. We can abuse that. So Helicarrier plus this to do mission planning until the end of phase. Allies you control do not take consequential damage. And then I can just ready her. Oh, we don't have the gun though. Damn. Because he has freaking retaliate. I forgot about that. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Well, I can at least bring this down to 0. Yeah, stupid retaliate. So what do? I guess I just slide and shot here. Do some damage. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Down to 57. I do take a retaliate. Let's go over here. Just checking. Constant training. So we could go practice defense. Throw that on him. Flip. Honorary X-Men on Gamora. And play combat training. Star-Lord. She's gonna do 1/1 and take a retaliate and a consequential. Let me just check something here. Allies you control. Okay, so it's not like the whole playmat. Cyclops. What you doing? I don't want to lose my tough. I don't like this. This retaliate's annoying. Okay. Well, I guess it's time for Cable to do. Oh, sorry, one sec. We would put a confuse with Psylocke, and then after status cards, place on Mister, place 2 threat. Cyclops, yay! You can do your remove 2. Okay. We body slide like little schoolgirls. Change form. Each other player may change to the form you're in. So we're gonna go to our altar, and I can have Doctor Strange go. I can keep with Star-Lord and Cyclops. I guess I can just... We're going first, but we get a bigger hand size. I guess the real question is, I might as well stay with Cyclops because I have a tough. And we have a Nick Fury. It's just that this scheme is... I mean, we do have Temporal Leap on it, but this scheme goes quite quickly, and then he's got the bonus scheme with telepathic, so we don't technically want to stay. Yeah, we'll stay in hero with Cyclops. Okay, we ready up. And all natural talent and get wings. Okay. Actually, no, I cannot. I apologize. We already did that at the start. It's per phase. Yeah, we did that already. Okay, I do take a damage from being the Guardian. And yeah, White Fox is gone. All right. We have 4 health. We have the helmet, so we're decking out. So a lot of... freaking White Fox. All right. You had to be the last. You had to be the next card. 5. Okay. Ooh. That's pretty good for us. Be nice to get... we do have sidearm coming our way to place on Gamora. And that will help us deal with that. All right. Goes up to... Actually, it goes 2 per person. So that goes to 8. Holy crap. All right, confused on Cable. Will scheme on Doctor Strange. That's a whopping 5. Attack Star-Lord. Let's just block with the Neki. Plus 1 pursuit counter. Okay. Attack Cyclops. Doesn't matter. We have tough. All right. So we get 1. We get the typical. Then we get heroic. Yes. Give me all those encounter cards. And then we get 1 from Negasonic. And wish me luck. Okay, Hope Sommers is toast. And she's exhausted. I don't want him to scheme. We're going to take a damage with her. So, or not take, deal a damage. Very key, guys. So deal will take tough off and cancel it with her ability. 2 to start for each Hellfire in play. We have a AoE problem solver, so all these side schemes aren't terrible. We'll just take them all off. So this is the obligation. Allies you control cannot ready. When revealed, exhaust each ally you control. If no allies were exhausted, gain surge. So I would have to. All right, this protects Mr. Sinister from potential damage. So we have to do the force interrupt when we try to attack. We get a Sinister Soldier. Discard 1 random card from your hand, 2 random cards against the aerial trait. Please be White Fox. Yes! High rolled. Okay. Give the villain a tough stats card. Give this card. We're gonna take 2 with Supersonic and cancel the win reveal. I don't want him to scheme, so we'll take another 2 to get her off to cancel this card. He schemes. Okay. So discard an ally you control. I guess that's gonna be Black Tiger. With amplification, that's 4. He gets tough. And 2 on there. Cyclops. Where's your visor? That's why I never play visor. Usually early in the game with Cyclops, because that usually comes out. Discard 1 card. He does not have aerial trait, so hopefully it's not a tactic card. Okay. All right. And we survived, so good job. Okay, so Hammer will go to Doctor Strange, but first player is going to be Cyclops. I think I'm going to go for the kill here because we have exploit weakness. So we're just going to hope that Star-Lord can pull this off. Like he always does. So since we're going to be flipping him with Star-Lord, we might as well just throw priority target on him. And then exploit weakness. All right. So these are definitely going to be pretty big. Now, do I go? Okay, so I could call for a play action. So I'm going to call for a play action, spend innovation to do element gun. This has no guard to do 1, 2, 3. Oh, actually 4 because of the exploit weakness. I take a retaliate. All right. And then Cyclops, I guess with her, she'll do just 1 damage, right? Yeah. Oh no, when she attacks, it's an interrupt. So I could still do, oh, it's gonna add 2. If it adds 2, we could proc temporal leap. That would give us another call for backup. That would be interesting. But Cable's the last player, so. Now, actually, I think I'll just go 2 on the main. And then she's gone. Yeah, 2 on the main. I think it oh shoot, we didn't do Bad Boy Out to get the 2 extra cards. Okay, that was a misplay. Damn. I mean, we could still pull it off. All right, let's go to altar. Wait, she could put a confuse. Okay, she could put a confuse on him. So we'll go set up my 2 on here. We'll put it on Doctor Strange. And then the 2 goes back is at 19. And then she would do 2 damage. Concentrating. Good priority target on him. Try to draw as much cards as I can. Okay, Doctor Strange. We're definitely keeping this. I think we ignore this because... yeah. Alright, we're going to play a sidearm on Gamora. And, we're going to go double for Crimson Bands 7. Oh, shoot. That's going to cause it to flip with the thing. Okay. That's fine. Okay, so what's going to happen? This is going to trigger. It's going to go up by 2 because he gets a stun. And then we will remove 4 from here. And then add it to here. Okay. Oh, shoot. This thing. When a player would deal damage to Mr. Sinister, that player may spend 2 genius resources. If they do not, they deal that damage to the friendly character with the fewest remaining hit points instead. Oh. Yeah. Okay, so I forgot about that. So that means we would have to Star-Lord would okay. Let me think this through. I could this is what I could do. I could use Psylocke. Let's just put back 2 there. She would do 1 get rid of tough and then 1 damage, and then Cyclops would take 1 damage. Because it's saying reflect that damage back. Alright, so that fixes it. And then we do our element gun still, I guess. Alright, ready, and then let's do Wings of a Tomb. Oh boy. Not a super great hand here, but we have Problem Solver. So the question is like, if I can like if I can OTK here with Star-Lord, that's the real $1 million question. Okay. Oh, we didn't exploit weakness. We didn't increase that with 7 rings. Crimson Bands of Sirak, I mean. Okay, I don't like this hand. So we want to do our blast, and I take a retaliate. Oh, no, I don't. My invocation doesn't. I forget all the time. So we have resources to do problem solvers. Okay. So we're going to do this. We're going to Kalu. Look at the next cards here. Take Call for Aid. We're passing Doctor Strange's turn. That's gonna flick do nowhere. Okay, there's our Blaze. We have a sidearm that gives us range with Gamora. We Call for Aid. White Tiger. We epoch, get a card, draw 2. Damn it. What do we got in here? Oh shoot. No, I hit the X button on my tabletop simulator. Okay, we're getting back in the game. I have autosave. Oh shoot. Okay. Autosave 3. Okay, apologize. I'm playing on a window and I meant to hit the X button. Okay, how far are we? I think we're good. I think it kind of auto saved us where Doctor Strange was. Okay, so then we were, I think we were, what were we doing? I think we were playing Kalu. I think we played Kalu. Right, we did. And then we went for call for aid. Okay, so we're back in it. I did think what happened. Oh gosh, we got okay with Nowhere. Let's try to. We did get Blaze of Glory with Nowhere when we did Nowhere, and then we did Call for Aid, and we got a Digging Deep, I believe, and then we got White Tiger, something like that. I'm just trying to synchronize this to what we had. Oh, and didn't I get a double? Oh, I got a double. Oh, this is so messed up. We I-packed, and we had a double power. I remember double power. And what was our other card? I think it was like a Daring Escape. You know what? To be fair, let's get ready. Okay. I couldn't remember what was the other card, but I did remember we got the double. Okay. All right, so we're gonna double and Blaze. So Gamora is a 5 attack. She could delete this guy and draw cards. But we want to find we want to get Black Panther down. So I'll do What Could Go Wrong. Oh, 42 damage. I kind of like to flip them, but yeah, she's doing 5. Okay, I'm hitting for 5 with Star-Lord. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I take a retaliate. She hits for 5. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I just play White Tiger now. That we miss out on that extra card. Oh. So let's go 1, 2, 3 for White Tiger. Draw 2. Whoops. Okay, during escape, extra counter card ready. Okay. To make the call plus band together, plus that to bring in I don't know if that was That was worth it, actually, because I don't really have... In my discard pile, I don't have a ton of good... Yeah, I don't think I want to do that. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4. I'd rather go make the call for 4 for Nick Fury. That's better. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So he's hitting for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so we do get ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Rain. Let's hit for 5. To retaliate. Dare escape. Oh, yeah, there's the 3 slide shots. Okay, that's pretty good. We're gonna call for aid. Get another take it deep. Okay. We'll get ready. Gamora again. And we do get extra encounter card. We'll hit for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That will get rid of her. But we'll do the thing here. Mission planning. Okay. We're getting him. Okay, the question is, are we going to be problem solving with White Tiger? Probably. Then we just need a guardian. So this is doing 5, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 15. Okay, I could do what could go wrong sliding shot for 15, which flips them. Oh shoot! Exploit weakness we have not been doing for Gamora. Every time we attack. So he was at Ed Star-Lord. So Gamora attacked, I think 4 times. That'd be 4 damage. Star-Lord attacked, I think 3 times. So it's like down to kind of 6, I think. Okay. So if I attacked for 4, or no, I'd be attacking for 5 plus 6 with exploit weakness. Yeah. So let's do it that way. I take a retaliate. We advance. I gotta remember he's got exploit weakness. Oh shoot, the main. I forgot about the main. Because he'll get another superpower. Yeah, I guess that's fine. All right, so then this would be finished bulking up. So that's super strength. All right. So we added the extra when revealed stuff when we flipped them. 21. So 21 times 4 is 84. So I gotta do 84 damage. I don't know. hot in my room. What's up, Canadian Mustache? Glad to see you've been enjoying Heroic. It's fun to watch. Have you been enjoying 3 to 4 hand solo? Well, the thing is, like, this has just happened to me, right? Because I'm playing with so many heroes, I forgot we even had exploit weakness on. And we attacked him about like 8 or 9 times. Supporting targeting would draw me 2. Oh, that's gross. Okay. So we got him flipped. So I can play all 3 of my slaying shots, but that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 plus exploit weakness. So they'd be up by 1 more attack each. So it'd be 16 times 3. That's not enough. Yeah, 16 times 40. It'd be 48 damage. So it's like half his health. Cable. I mean, Cable could do some decent damage here. But problem is, we're kind of ran out of gas here with Star-Lord, unless there's some way we can draw cards. I mean, thing is, we want these two to do problem solvers, but he has to be on the other side here. I mean, Cable, Cable can do problem solvers. This is doing, yeah, like 20 damage. So then we're like 20 damage away to win. But I should have probably went after this dude. I mean, if I play Nova Prime, I can kill him. But the problem is Nova Prime costs an arm and a leg. I won't be able... So if I do Nova Prime, I'm not going to be able to do 3 slaying shots. That's the other problem. I mean, they could kill him. That would draw me 2 more. That might keep my thing going. So I don't know. But then the thing is, if I use these 2, then I don't have a problem solver target. But I mean, I think we use these. So party targeting will draw me 2 more. Okay, that's actually pretty big. To make the call is because that could get me Gamora. But he's got the freaking retaliate. But Gamora is still good. So let's go make the call for Gamora. So she'll swing for 4. We got a daring. Okay. So that's huge. The darings are going to give me more. Okay. Well, so one of them's going to be what could go wrong. The other one's going to be that. So I have 2 extra resources. Yeah, if I play mission leader, we can draw some cards. I don't want to kill Star-Lord, so I'll just start for 4. Triggers that, draws a card, draws another card, draws a card. So I think it's just going to be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, plus another one, 12. 17, and then 18 with exploit weakness. So 18 times 3. It's 54 damage. Yeah, it's getting closer. Okay, I think we'll pass the cable. Put skill investigator down. Use oh, we could bump it up by getting okay, by getting what's it called? Keep up the pressure. But here's the thing. What could go wrong? But then I would need a triple resource. I would need a band together, which I have one left in there to do like 4 sliding shots. Or I could go for the Jubilee thing and just get them another Daring Escape to ready myself and draw another encounter card, which is not bad because another encounter card gives me 2 more damage, and it would be multiplying it by 3, so that'd be 6 more damage compared to if I just get this, it's 1 extra damage. You know what I'm saying? But this one's easy to scheme off. It's only 6. But I think honestly, yeah, the Daring Escape would probably be better. Because that extra encounter card's doing more damage. Alright, so if I go... Alright, so we're going to flip. We're going to play that. I'm going to go play action for Team Investigator, use a Grey Malkin, and spend a bunch of resources. So spend 4, 5, 6, 7, and I guess 8. So that will knock that off, which will allow us to get an event identity card. So I think Precognition is a good one to grab if I can't finish them. At least I can control some of the counter cards. That already Grey Malkin. That will Skill Investigator me. Skill Investigator here, and also grab. Okay, so I can get 2 Daring Escapes. That will bump up the damage a lot, actually. Over here, doesn't really matter. I guess we'll just grab one of those. And then Cyclops Identity Event. I don't think, I mean, fine, I guess that. All right. So can we do, I think we can only do 1 blast here. But then we can plasma rifle. So 7, 8, 9. So 1, 2, 3 for blast for 9 damage. Down to 71. I take a damage. wish I had one more resource, but I do not. I guess cable. Like, we might have the kill shot here, actually. 2, take a damage. Use my rifle for 3. We play action, dare to escape. And then we just dare to escape again to get another extra counter card. Okay. Doctor Strange will play action, do blast. Hopefully it's a power we get. It's a genius. So that's doing 5, and it confuses already confused. Oh, 6 with, okay, I did do the 1 extra damage from exploit weakness. And this is gonna be 6. So down to 59. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. These are doing 6 each because of exploit weakness. So it's 20 for each shot. 2, 4. Oh, he's done. He is done. Woo! All right, what could go wrong? Oh, he's super done. What could go wrong? So the first sliding shot, second sliding shot, and finally, come on, game, third sliding shot. So we would take 2 retaliates. So the damage is crazy because they're doing 6 with exploit weakness. So 6 each. So it's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. Plus 6 is 22. So each one's doing 22. So 22, I don't want to do the math right now, so let me just do the calculator. 22 times 3 is 66 damage. There you go, guys. Heroic! Oh, yeah, it's taking a long time to whittle this guy down. All right, boom, table flip. Didn't I call it? I said round 2. I called it at the beginning of the game. I said round 2, I'm going to kill him. Okay, let's talk about the game. Because I know you guys are eager to hear my thoughts. Thank you, Canadian Mustache. I appreciate you. Yeah, so I still had fun. I mean, we beat him in 2 rounds, but it was on heroic. I probably would have lost if I went more than 3 rounds. Yeah, the encounter deck would have been too much. There's too much tempo with Mr. Sinister. Like you gotta like, especially on heroic, you gotta kill him fast. We actually got very unlucky. Like the retaliate was probably the worst thing we could possibly get with our type of strategy, because we like to do Gamora and we like to swing with Gamora for like a lot of damage. But we did it. So what is harder, heroic or expert 2? I think it boils down to this. They're both very challenging. I wouldn't say one is like night and day harder than the other. I think you got to put it in this perspective. I think so. My big debate on the issue of heroic versus expert 2 is I've said this. If you go to my earlier videos when I used to talk about difficulty, heroic kind of feels very artificial, and I know that might hurt some of the heroic players out there, but I'm just being dead honest how I feel about it, right? So this is just strictly my opinion, and it's not like, just take it as that. It's just, it's Describe's opinion. But the reason why I call it artificial for me is because it feels a lot like, if you ever play games where let's Civilization, or like if you ever played that game and you increase the difficulty to like deity or whatever, all it does is it gives the AI cheat codes. Like it just makes the research like ×2, and they're like, so it artificially just makes it harder, but not in mechanical way. It more just gives them cheat codes. And I feel like Heroic is exactly that. And the other thing I don't like about it is, like, if I am playing Heroic, who cares about 1 extra encounter card? I'm getting like 4 extra playing 4-handed. So the 1 extra encounter card means little to nothing to me, because if you can survive 4 encounter cards, I'm sure you can survive 1 more. But so as much as people like to gush over like and romanticize over Heroic Marvel Champions, I don't think it's a very good mechanically driven gameplay. Like, I just feel like you're basically playing Civilization on deity, basically, which some people like that, but like I think the perfect scenario is like a difficulty where there's a mechanic in there and structure where it gives the player urgency and guidance on to combat it. So why I think Expert 2 is actually the superior difficulty is because you still have Heroic on Expert 2. If Cruel Intention comes out, you have your Expert 2 round. And why I think that's a little bit better is because you're not blasted with Heroic every single round. You're gonna have a Heroic round somewhere during that first encounter deck phase pass, right? And the other thing is here, Expert 2 has Ruination, which again is another huge tempo card that can give the villain a whole bunch of scheme on the board. And again, that gives the hero something to challenge and to do to try to control again. But the main thing is like again, Heroic won't make Rhino harder. Like not really. Not in the sense of it doesn't change Rhino. Whereas Expert 2 does change the flow of the game, and I think it's a good structure flow because you might have a round where Cruel Tensions comes out, and yes, you're gonna get a lot of combos, like, because that's the other thing. Whoa, Heroic gives you combos. It gives you combos because you're getting dealt like a million counter cards. But my point is, gameplay wise, it doesn't. I don't think it's like, I think it, like, if you go back to how Heroic was even created, because I don't know, people still want to defend Heroic as like such a great experience, which I'm saying for some people it is, but for me, I think it's just poor game design, because it was a response to people saying after Red Skull, so they released Red Skull, and people were saying, oh, it's too easy. They responded during that period of time by just going, okay, well, guys, why don't you just deal extra encounter cards and we'll call that a Heroic difficulty. It was a freaking Band-Aid that was like implemented with little to no thought. Like, it wasn't like they sat there for months and months trying to figure out this new creative, like, really cool difficulty. It was basically just add extra encounter cards. So again, as much as I know it sounds like Heroic's starting to be popular again, but again, I'm not, if that's your thing, I'm just saying is like, I played a fair amount of games with Heroic and a fair amount of games on Expert 2, and I think Expert 2 with Standard 3 is by far the superior, more fair, more smoother, mechanically driven difficulty for the game. Now, will they release Expert 3? I hope so. If they release Expert 3, and my hope is that they make Expert 3 more mechanically driven and more kind of to have a rhythm there. Because what I think Marvel Champions should be about is there should be this control tug of war of trying to confront the villain, trying to keep the scheme under control, trying to defend your allies, defend your teammates, and survive. Battle your way up, smackdown upgrades and supports, and eventually try to push the villain and out-tempo him and win the game. And Heroic 2 has that tug of war, especially when you throw Cruel Intentions in there. So you got to be on your toes. It also emphasizes on better deck building. So when you're playing Heroic, you want to run Target Acquire. You might want to run Scarring or Peekaboo, things that can look in the counter deck. Canadian says, did you play solo heroic games? I tend to agree with hero group a bit more at low player count. Sometimes you just don't see many counter cards at solo. Well, that's okay. So that leads me to my other bunny trail. Is the problem with solo, and I think I sort of mentioned this, and why I'm an advocate for player counted, is solo, the stun and confuse is way too strong. It does lock the villain into doing little to nothing except on a counter reveal. And that's just one of the problems. The scaling of threat doesn't scale properly. There's a few heroes in the game that you can't even use their abilities or certain cards with them to function properly in solo. And yes, I know the developer said on a podcast that the game is made for solo and 4-player and whatever player count. But like I said in another video, can you truly balance a game to be perfectly balanced for player counted to solo? I think that's almost impossible. I think you got to pick one or the other to perfectly balance a game. So all I'm trying to say is that as much as solo players love to defend how good solo is, which I'm saying is it's definitely the thing that most Marvel Champion players play, because they might not be able to play with a group of friends, or they might just, don't have all the time to organize that. So I understand, like obviously I think the majority of players play solo, but my channel is all about just like, I really don't care what content creator or what other community member in Reddit thinks. I could care less. I don't care if you don't like my opinions or you think I attack the game too much. I'm just being totally honest. I played the game thousands upon 1,000 hours. I try to challenge myself on difficulty. I played through every campaign box. So if you don't like the stuff I say on my channel, don't show up, don't comment, go to the other channels. But my point is that I tell it how it is. I tell you my true experience, how I feel about it, my raw emotions, and that's what you get on my channel. So I've always said too, like, I encourage players to play what they want to play. But at the same token, I feel like as content creators, we always give out our opinions and recommendations. And I should be able to give that same stuff on my channel, just like D20 always talks about, oh, this hero's not good, I don't like this hero. So I think people should also give me the luxury to at least share my thoughts and opinions without trying to come hard at me. But my point is this, is that I look at this game a lot more like, what were the developers thinking in mind, and how did they intend the game to really be played? Of course, you could say they intended it to be a game that could be played on any player account, but the point is, and we all know this, if you really sit down and look at everything and put yourself as if you were a game designer, how do you balance a game like this to be perfectly balanced in all these player groups? You can't. I mean, think about it. You have 54 heroes. You have 5 aspects. That includes the pool aspect. Or you even have the basic aspect too. I guess you could say 6. You have so many different upgrades, events, player actions. You have all these. It's very, very difficult to balance that. And you're kidding yourself if you think solo is perfectly balanced. It is not perfectly balanced. And just like there's a lot of aspects and card synergies that aren't perfectly balanced in this game. Is that going to kill the game? Is that going to destroy the game? Hell no. This game is awesome. I like this game. I'm just trying to wake up some people because they're in La La Land and they think like there's nothing wrong at all with certain things of the game. Obviously, there is some things wrong with the game. And the developers could make it better by giving us updated rules, by giving us maybe new mechanics, giving us new scenarios. They can make the game better. But you're kidding yourself to think that that one day this game will be perfectly balanced. I don't think it will ever be perfectly balanced because they've decided to make this game be playable for any player count. Now, can they come close to being better at balance with the game? Sure. I'm not saying they can't, but I think that's where I think I think that was the biggest flaw with Marvel Champions to begin with, is because instead of saying that this game requires 2 to 4 players, which they could have went with that, and I think they could have made the balancing way more better, because now they have a player counted board game or card game, and they could ditch the whole solo thing. Honestly, I don't think the game... people might say, oh, the game would have failed if they did that, because nobody wants to play 2 players or two-handed, or... I don't know if you could say that. There's games out there that are very popular, and they're actually 2 players and up to play the game. Look at Dice Throne. Although you could say Dice Throne is a kind of a PvP game, it does have cooperative. But I'm just trying to say is that I think if they would have went that route, the game would be way more balanced, better, and I think they could have focused a lot more into, like, you know, doing group teamwork play with the game. That being said, you know, that could be a super hot take, but I mean, we are, you know, after how many years with this game? Like, I think it's like 5. This is where we're at right now, and it's not a bad game. It's not a bad game, but I think as much as people don't want to say it, like, we do have our preferences, and I feel like people get mad at me when I'm like, oh, you're trying to knock down the solo, like, because I play solo, but you're talking bad about it. Like, so I feel like people come at me really hard on that issue, but it's like, but think about it. Think of, like, I can give you fact after fact after fact of why solo isn't, like, there's so many, like, I had a video about it. I don't want to rehash everything I talked about solo. My point is, I could, if someone wants to come on my channel and debate me on this, Villain Theory, whoever, like the other content creators, I'll be happy, and I'll be cordial, and I'm not going to attack anyone. I'm just going to state, like, fact wise and design wise, why I think the game is 2 reasons. Like, it's not perfectly balanced because of the player counted in mind for all player settings, but I do feel like the design team has leaned more into player counted. I feel like there's evidence for that. And that's why people complain a lot of times, like, oh, why is Rhino winning, like, randomly when I play the first scenario of the game? Because that's clear evidence that they were probably going, like, solo was not, like, the big thing on their mind when they were making the game. I think, look at the blueprints of the core box. Like, the threat is very low in Ultron, very low in Rhino. Of course, they started to adjust that a bit and then come up with Hinder and stuff like that. But what I'm trying to say is that even in the early days, their minds were not on, like, oh, we got to make this as a solo game. Of course, obviously they put that in the game, but I think they've always been on a player counted mind when trying to develop this game. The 4 aspects, you know, if they so there's so many things that kind of links it to a player counted game. I could go on and on and on, but I think that's, like, a topic that a lot of content creators don't want to go into because they know it's not popular. But most of the content creators, I think they always just, like, side with solo because that's the majority of the player base. But the sad part is like, you know, I think the game plays much better as you add more champions to the game. And I think everything gets better. I think, like, the encounter deck, the way the villains work, the way the scenarios sometimes work, deck building, the synergies are more dynamic. But again, I feel that because I come out on this and I the only reason I talk out about this because nobody talks about it really, like, but when you do ask a lot of people that play the game a lot, I feel like a lot of them, like, will admit, like, yeah, like, when you play Marvel Champions with 3 of your friends, it's like a totally different experience. Now, I guess the main thing I would say is the time is a big issue when you go player counted, but that obviously that makes sense because any game you play with like multiple people, it generally will increase the time, right? So, but if you look at people like the Portal, where they play regularly, they can play 4 players and they play very fast. They can finish a game in usually less than an hour. So I think it's like a lot of it has to be a skill thing. Like if you're yourself or the players you're playing with are learning the game, or not used to playing in player counted, or don't have a good system of having one person handle the encounter deck and do it quickly, then you're going to have very long games. I don't mind long games. Like I play a lot of these tabletop simulator games are quite long. A lot of it's because I'm just clicking a mouse and hitting buttons, so I'm a little bit slower doing this, and also I'm trying to track everything. But all in all, this is where I'm focused at. I'm not focused at like I have to go on a crusade and like convert people to play player counted in Marvel Champions. I like to whatever I'm like playing or into, I like to point out things where I think the game could get better, or where I see the faults in the game. And I think it's like, if I mention faults in Marvel Champions, it's not that I do that to trash the game. I do that because I like the game. I'm passionate. Have you ever met so if you go to YouTube and you type in like, you know, your favorite game, you might get a content creator, and some of them might be very critical about a game, but they play it like religiously, and that's like the only game they play. It's not that they hate on the game, it's that for them, the most important thing for them is to give the faults, give the criticisms, because they want the game to get better. So I hope, like, my whole thing is like, that's where I'm coming from. It's like, I sometimes sound like I'm just trashing the game, or I'm trashing a mechanic of the game, such as solo play. Again, it's more of like I'm trying to give real honest feedback, how I think of the whole game and the mechanics of the game and that particular thing. And that being said, I don't think, like, I wouldn't say solo is like broken. You can't have fun. You can't play it. Definitely not saying that. But again, we could go through a whole list of why I think there's some problems with solo. But again, that's not a popular topic because a lot of people play solo and they don't want to hear that because that's not very popular. But going forward, I'm looking forward to the new box set coming in November. Or not November, sorry. February. I think it's February. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. The reason why I think Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I'm excited for is because I like the 2 heroes. The 2 heroes seem like more kind of like mechanically driven, a little bit of puzzle there, but interesting to deck build and to pilot. And I think that's always been a strength of Marvel Champions. Like, I think I pretty much always said it in the early days. I said, like, the reason why I think this game does very well is because they're very good at making heroes mechanically for this game. You could say they learned a lot with Hulk. They learned a lot with Hawkeye. Like, definitely in the earlier days of Marvel Champions, I think there was, because when I talk about that, I'm talking about the fun factor, the thematic part of it, and you know, those are the 2 big things. So the theme, it's got to feel like you're playing a superhero, and it's got to be fun. That doesn't mean you have to be Doctor Strange power level, but it does mean that whatever you're doing in that deck, that the player is engaged and is like trying to play that quote unquote hero. I think they kind of failed with Hulk, to be honest. Even though I've always defended Hulk, I've always said he's not a weak hero, but is he fun to play? I don't think they hit the fun part, because the problem with Hulk is you have I'm using Hulk as an example just so people understand what I'm trying to illustrate here, but you have Hulk with a very small hand size. Players want to do stuff. Now here's the thing, you could have a small hand size champion like SPDR, but SPR has ways to do a lot of stuff with a small hand size. Hulk does not. So the way that you band-aid that with Hulk is, if you want to play a long game of Marvel Champions, you literally have to build Avengers Mansion, helicarrier. You got to put this down. You got to put that down. Oh, now you're a normal hero. And yes, if you eventually build Hulk out like that, he then plays somewhat like a normal champion because now you have resource generators. So I think, again, I don't even know who made Hulk. I have no clue who did, but I'm trying to, the heroes that they release going forward, especially in these last couple of years, they've always had the fun factor and their thematic. So, and there's not a lot of frustration. So I think that's why, like, you know, people are always coming back excited to pick up a new hero. It's because, like, whether it's Cyclops, whether it's Star-Lord, whether it's the X-Men, the X-Force, they're very unique, very thematic, and very fun. And I think that's one of the successes that they've done so well with this game. The other thing I think they need to get better on, which I think they're trying, is the boxes. I think that the only thing I think that they need to be careful with that last villain of the box. They need to really, in my opinion, nobody talks about the end bosses of boxes if they're weak. You know, if they're weak sauce. Like, do we, like, if you go to a lot of the content creators and myself, I'm not going to be talking about Red Skull, even though, okay, Red Skull, Red Skull is a bad example because he was the first box set of the run of Marvel Champions. So, but what I'm saying, we don't talk about Strife. We don't talk that much about, although I do like Loki. This is hard, but what I'm trying to say is, Apocalypse and Strife were, in my opinion, Apocalypse was a little better. Okay, I'm not gonna totally go bad on Apocalypse, but I just felt like Apocalypse could have been the next Ronin, but maybe the better version of Ronin. It's just, think about it, this guys. Apocalypse is literally one of the most powerful villain mutants in the whole entire Marvel universe, I guess, or at least in my eyes when I read the comics. And I think they needed to make him like very scary, like for the player, like, oh God, it's Apocalypse, you know? And they managed to capture that with Ronin, whether that was by accident, probably was by accident, but I think Ronin is perfect now. Like, I mean, we have such a big roster, so we have the tools, we have the deck building, we have really good heroes. Like, I don't think Ronin is, like, Ronin's still a challenge, but I don't think, like imagine playing Ronin back when he first came out, when we had limited card pool. Like, you're going to leadership and that's pretty much it. Like, there wasn't, again, at that stage of the game, we didn't have a lot of the good aspect cards in aggression or aspect cards in this and that. So, but yeah, but all I'm saying is, like, I'm hoping that the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., the Scenario 5 villain, I hope they don't go weak on that villain, because I think that's where I saw where they could have did better, because, like I said, not many, like, you only talk about the hard, like okay, we always talk about Venom Goblin, we always talk about Ronin, we talk about Magneto, because these are very hard end game villains, and we respect them, right? We're like, they're tough villains and the mechanics, but we don't ever, like, none of it, like, who talks about Strife? Who plays Strife anymore? Nobody plays Strife, because fortunately Strife is like a really weak ass villain in the game, for the end game. And it's sad because he could have been really, look, the mechanics in Strife were really cool. You say Strife really sucked, and I actually don't like Loki. I don't think Apocalypse should have been harder. Ronin, Magneto, and Red Skull are really fun for me. So the joy about Red Skull is you can make him super difficult by adding the modular side schemes, right? So I think that's where I think like Red Skull's really well designed, especially in the early days when you think about it. But what I'm saying is I definitely 100%, like, Strife is just not that tough. I said Apocalypse wasn't as bad as Strife, like, but Strife definitely fell short, I felt. But what I'm saying is that I felt like, that last scenario boss, guys, just go crazy with like, just, you know, uh, don't be afraid to tune that last villain to the max, because, that's the end villain of the game. But yeah, anyways, I mean, I've been talking a lot. We're going to end it here. But I'm sure you'll get more hot takes from me in the future. I'm just trying to decide. I think I'm going to retire this team and maybe start another campaign with a different team. I did put a vote on my channel community for like which team of Avengers do people want to see me go through. So I might just default to that team, but I might do a video on, another video about where I just talk about the game, but I have to think about what I'm going to talk about. I also would love to collab with anybody that's interested. Like, you don't have to have a content channel. If you're interested, let me know. You just join Discord and we go on to a drop pod. So if you want to participate, maybe in like, I'm not saying like I'm going to have like a podcast, because I think there's already a ton of them. I don't want to compete with all these other podcasts out there for the game, but just to have, a couple videos where if you want to participate with discussions, we could like scratch something up. Like, we're going to talk about this, we're going to talk about this, and then we just kind of share our opinions and thoughts about it. You could join me, but I don't know. Lately, it's hard to collab with content creators for this game, because I think we're all on our different likes and things that like I'm a different type of player than a lot of them. So it's like a lot of times they're like, oh, it's Descry. I don't think I want to hang out with him. But yeah, if you're not afraid, let me know. I'm looking to kind of do new stuff on my channel, but that's one area I wouldn't mind, is getting people on my my live streams where we can talk about Marvel Champions. Anyways, it's gonna be it. I'm going to bed, and I think I got myself in trouble by talking way too much and also giving way too much hot takes. I can imagine I'd probably be a good a D20. This would be good content for your show. Let's check in what Descry had to say that one night that he went on a rant about different things. Anyways, good night, everybody. I will see you later.